What's going on? Karen? Is it?
This being your first playoff go-round coming up, how do you keep from, getting too over-amped or over-hyped at the start of the game?
Yeah, I think what Coach was preaching is just don't change, our process, our preparation, kind of throughout the week, what we've been doing. I think the natural thing is trying to, try to, something to do, get a little more amped. It's just natural, as a humans, for a big game. And I think just trust what you've been doing. And, I told these guys at the end of the season before the playoffs came, hey, to put some extra work in to stay after practice. And, some guys have been, throwing extra routes and little things like that can, go a long way. But don't do anything out of the ordinary. And I think that's the biggest thing. Trust what you've been doing. Trust the preparation you've been doing all season. And trust your coaches, your teammates around you, and just go out there, have fun, and it's playoff football. So you gotta bring your best, and everybody knows that. So that's the kind of expectation, and just trying to live up that, and just trying to be myself.
You told us last year that you played with, or when you used to play Madden as a teenager, you used to play with Derwin James. What appealed to you about him then, and maybe what stands out about him?
Yeah, he's relentless. He's a great football player. Playing him last year and get to know him a little bit at the Pro Bowl. He's a great dude. He's flies around. He's got good instincts. He's punching up the ball. He's good in the run game. Good in the pass game. He plays some man coverage on third down. He's always around the football. He's got a knack for the football, and he's had that probably since he started playing. And he's a great player. A lot of respect for him, and we got to find out on every play where he's at. And they got some really good players. They're physical as a team, and they have some good guys on the edge. And they're smart, and they've played together for a little bit. So they got a good squad.
Drake, I know that there's a big difference between college and professional, obviously. But you experienced the 2022 ACC championship game. How can that feelings that you experienced that game, big pressure game, obviously for the college career, translate to what you're getting ready for here in the NFL playoffs, if there is any correlation?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit. Getting back to trying to play for championships. I think there's always something on the line when you got to try to play at your best, and just replicating that. I think it's different, a little bit different in the NFL type of ball game, and just the mentality of win or go home, and that's or win in advance. And I think that's the biggest thing that's different in AC championship. You go to a bowl game, but here it's now or you're going home. So that's the mindset, and that's what you try to not let coach says take no naps, not let plays throughout the game that can affect the game. Realize that, hey, I'm going to try to do everything I can to realize I'm in this position and try to do whatever we can on each drive and try not to waste drives, waste plays, and waste our opportunity that we have.
How comfortable are you with being nitpicky with your receivers, and how do you feel like you've grown in that area over your 2 months?
I think becoming harder on comes with learning them and them respecting our relationship together. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is get to know them and have some success with them, have some failure with them, and learn, hey, what do you like here? Or, hey, how'd you feel like I threw this ball to you? And these guys have responded to me great all year. They want the ball. Obviously every receiver does, but they take criticism well, and they don't take it personally, and they just want to help the team, and they're blocking downfield. They're doing all the little things, and I think kind of as I get older, I'll probably start getting more mad when they don't line up correctly. But I think I try to know what kind of position they're in, especially if they're young, and we got some a young group for the most part. But the older guys like Steph, they like when I get fired up a look.
Drake, matching up against Justin Herbert, do you look at it that way as a quarterback, that he's on the other side? Obviously, fans look at it that way. But do you match up against him, or are you largely absolutely focused on the defense?
Yeah, I think you play the defense. You play who you're out there on the field against, and I think the quarterback matchups is one of the things that's natural for people to do. But I think I'm playing against 11 guys on defense, and unless he rolls out there on defense, I don't expect him to do that. We're focusing on defense. We got a tough job.
When you describe sort of your leadership style there, where you're focused more on getting to know guys, and you're not maybe ripping them or chewing them out if they do something wrong. Where did you learn to treat that part of your job in that way?
I think it learned when I transferred schools in high school. I transferred schools after my first freshman year, and became the starting quarterback at a school my sophomore year. And was just trying to learn the team, learn the guys, and try to earn respect from the guys at a new school that was, I hadn't been around any of the players. I knew a little bit of them from, playing in off-season 7-on-7, but just learning the guys and trying to, respect them and them respect, how I work and how I treat people. And from there, just try to translate that to college of learning a new group and translate it everywhere I've gone since then. I think that's the biggest thing. And I think the guys respect it. And I think you'll see, more and more, down the road as I, get older, of me getting on the guys and kind of earn a respect thing from, man, I want to, be in the right spot for Drake and line up right. And it comes with, me, being successful on the field and me doing my part as well.
Drake, 4-deep zones are typically thought of as kind of a prevent style defense. Do you see it the same way, and are there still ways you can be aggressive against those kinds of looks?
Yeah, I think 100%. I think one of the Chargers, one of the things that they do best is have eyes on the quarterback. They force a lot of 3-and-outs. I think, they're one of the top 5 defenses in forcing 3-and-outs. They keep people in front of you. They don't, have a lot of X plays on them. They try to limit big plays, and I think that's one of the biggest things I see from them on tape. And they're good on the edge. They're physical, and I think from an attacking standpoint, there's any coverage, there's always voids. So I think we've seen about all of them you can see this year, and we've had success and have had some plays that we wish we had back against them.
Drake, that point about X plays, they have the best deep ball defense statistically in the whole league. How do you balance, understanding that's a strength of theirs and operating underneath while not conceding entirely, a big part of your offense?
Yeah, I think you just take chances when they're there. I think, one-on-one coverage, you got to take chances. One-on-one, I like our guys. They're making plays on the football when they have one-on-one coverage, and I like putting ball placement and giving them a chance to go make a play. And at the same time, just be patient. Don't get bored. Being efficient and executing underneath and letting things come to you. And I think that's the biggest thing is starting off and staying on track on first and second down, and knowing that when we're behind the sticks, they have the advantage.
Have you heard the Drake Maye anthems this week?
I have not. I think somebody told me about it, maybe it's Steph. But I haven't heard that. Who knows? It's probably something. I don't know if it's good or bad. But
Drake, how would you best describe your feelings coming to this game? Are you confident? Are you anxious? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you all of it? What?
Yeah, there's obviously a little bit of mixed emotions. I think the biggest thing is excited to get opportunity to play home playoff games. That's what we kind of start at the beginning of the season of things we want to do here and goals we want to accomplish, and we got our chance and opportunity right here. So take advantage of playing in front of a crowd that's been great all year, a crowd that I expect to be loud, and a night game against an opponent that has some playoff experience and has a great offense and a great defense. So we got our hands full, but I'm looking forward to playing in front of this crowd.
Playing as much jumbo as you guys have the last 4 weeks, what has that done for you as a passer, but also the offense as a whole?
Yeah, get a chance to get them in big people. Also sometimes we got 3 receivers in there and have a jumbo tight end. So just trying to mix it up, give them some different looks in the run game. Adds extra hat, a guy that's better at blocking than a guy that's sitting over there on the bench. So it adds a 6th offensive lineman, and that's one of the biggest things. And being able to throw the football off play action and drop back and from different things all starts with run the football. And I'm really proud of the guys, and especially up front for how they've handled that. And I've had the best view in the house and from my point of view for some of these big runs, and just blocked up beautiful, and it's fun to watch.
Do you feel like you still have things to prove this season, or you try not to look at things that way?
Things to prove? No, I wouldn't say that. I think just prove to my teammates, try to be the same player, do the regular seasons as hopefully I am in the postseason, and that starts with me playing well and knowing that every week my job is huge. It's big. I got to play well for us to win, and I know that's the nature of this league and nature of the position. That's I wouldn't like it. Want to have it any other way.
Rob, I'm curious with Ramondre Stevenson. A lot of the focus last season and early this season was the fumbling issue. To now looking ahead to the production he's had and now winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, just what have you seen from him in terms of coming in every day, working, and just his mindset throughout all that?
Yeah, his mindset really hasn't changed. So proud of the way he's bounced back. Has some things off the field that he's just kept on pushing, and he's been a great teammate. He's always been a great teammate. He's a great football player. Coach shows some high school highlights in the film room sometimes, and watch him in high school. He's got the same little jump cut, and he's hard to tackle. He's got great contact balance. He, like I said, after the game, he does it in all 3 phases. I mean, the amount of pickup blocks. I told him, he told me he needs a gift like the O-lineman, and he probably does. The way he's blocked this year, it's been one of the best in the league, and it's comforting. Having 38 back there, and it's been awesome to see how him and Travion have kind of molded their role in this football team, and those 2 backs are huge for our success, and we'll continue to get better and better. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Drake.